Hi John, nice to see you today. Just want to cover a couple of points we discussed during today's lesson. Two things mainly. One was the weight transfer. I know that we've done a little bit of work on that recently, but again, just looking at the video here on the left hand side, just put the lines up just to show you what your hips are doing during the golf swing. So the weight transfer that we've looked at, we just said that as we're taking the club back, there's a little bit of a sway there towards the right hand side, so again you're not quite staying as centred as what we'd like you during the golf swing. And again, as we start the downswing, now we need the weight shift to be taking you over to the left hand side, one to get you back into position where you started, and then obviously going a little bit further to get that weight transfer, so you're getting the descending blow into the golf ball and you're getting that consistency of the shot. As we're approaching the impact bit there, you can just see that your hips have only returned back to where they started, and as a result of that, because your hips haven't transferred any further than where they started, because of the slight drift you had to the right hand side, your head and your upper body or your swing centre now stay behind the line or behind the centre line, which is causing you to strike up on the golf ball, which is the reason why you're catching a few of them a little bit thin. Also, we did have a little bit of a discussion about the hinging of your wrist. There you can see there's your club head's taken over your hands. Ideally there, you want to maintain your hands leading the club head into the golf ball, again to make sure you're getting that descending blow. Once the club head takes over your hands, then the club's on its way back up, and again that's a big sort of one of the reasons why you're catching the ball a little bit thin also. So a little bit of work on those two areas. And also the second bit, we worked on swing pass and swing play. Now I've just put a little line up here now just to show you what the ideal swing playing is for yourself. The swing in the middle is what we took early on in the session, the swing on the right is what we was doing later on with one of those practice drills. So just looking at the swing in the centre, you see there that you're taking the club back a little bit on a flat plane. So ideally the club and your hands want to be somewhere more around the angle of this green line there. You see there that yours are just a little bit behind and a little bit flat. As a result of that, you get your hands a little bit too far behind your body at the top of your backswing, whereas ideally we'd like your hands to be a little bit higher up, more sort of around that position there. And then looking through the swing as we're coming into that downswing again, it's a little bit flat there. And then from there you just releasing the club a little bit too soon, again as we mentioned with the hinging of your club, and now you're getting the shaft of the club and the head of the club, you can see that gets outside of your hands, and as a result of that the club's outside the golf ball, working back on the inside. So you can see there that your club is now working from outside the line there and across to the left, which is creating that fade spin that you're getting. And then as we take it through, you can see there that your swing plane again through is too much on the inside, and again that club plane is a little bit flat in relation to the ideal swing plane that we'd look to swing the golf club on. So gave you a little drill to work on. We have a look at the video here on the right hand side. We've got a basket there just encroaching into your swing pass on the backswing, and then we've got another little basket there just on the inside of your swing, or just on the inside of your follow through. So what we asked you to do was to take the golf club back outside the basket on the way up, loop the swing inside at the top of your swing, so in your transition you're trying to loop that swing back on the inside, and then we're going to deliver the club from the inside of this basket at the back, and then swing the club around the outside of the basket on your follow-through position. So if we have a quick look at that swing there, take it back to the beginning. So there we got you to take the club outside the basket on the way back. And you can see taking the club outside the basket on the way back just allows you to get your hands a little bit higher. And one thing you've done there is you've got your hands higher, but the swing could have been, or the swing plane on the backswing could have been a little bit steeper just to get your hands even more higher there. So we could have got your hands a little bit more in this position here, which would have made the swing a little bit more steeper, and then we could have dropped the hands a little bit more inside. Now, one thing that you're doing there, because your hands are a little bit more behind, when you've dropped the club on the inside there, so you now loosen the club on the inside, that's caused is you've actually now got the club a little bit too much inside. So now the club is now a little bit too much behind your hands, whereas ideally we want it a little bit more like that. But again, not to worry. But the good thing is, because of this drill, you've now got the club coming on an inside position. So now the club is coming from that sort of swing path, and then it's going out and then around that basket. So it's now coming from the inside position around the basket, and if now you look at the swing plane of your shaft, is very much at the same angle as the green line there, which is indicating your ideal swing plane. So the practice drill that we've got you doing is a little bit flat on the way back. As a result of that, when you loop inside, you're getting a little bit too much inside, and you're getting the club coming a little bit too much behind you. So trying to get your hands a little bit more into that yellow circle, the swing plane being a little bit steeper on the way back, will just neutralise the positions on the way back down. But as a drill, it's doing some really good things, so I will stick with it, and I will keep doing that. So you've got these things to work on. If you've got any problems, just give me a call. But on the other hand, good luck with it, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.